No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Oh God. Hey everybody, it's Greco Fabulous here. As you can see, I am not edited. I am the opposite. I am live. So this is the real me. No, no faux personality. No. I don't know. I don't know how much of it is a game. Anyways, I'm rambling. So, anyways, didn't give anybody a heads up about this really. So I don't know if this is gonna get any viewers or not. Hopefully you click that notification bell so you can be told that things are happening. But anyways, a little bit ago I acquired a pretty sizable collection. It was somebody's childhood collection, and it actually worked out pretty well because I initially ran into this guy because he was selling a Shogun Warrior. And if you guys saw my birthday haul video, you saw that I acquired the Great Mazinga for like 20 bucks. So great deal. And it was one of those things, pretty much anytime I deal with somebody, I let, you always throw out there like, hey, if you happen to come across anything else, this is the kind of stuff I'm into. Just, give me a ring-a-ling back. And, more often than not, it never really amounts to anything. People either just don't find anything else or, they lose your contact info, that sort of thing. So, but in this case, it totally amounted to something else. The guy not only reached back out to me, but he had a lot of stuff that he was looking to just get rid of. He saw me as somebody that would appreciate it. So it just pays to, like, be nice to people, always kind of throw that stuff out there. So normally I would show this in a hey sweet PJ, thanks for watching. I love that you've been here through the thick and thin. I do like doing these live videos because I get to interact with my audience. But anyways, as I was saying, I struggled with how to show this collection because in a live setting, obviously it's quicker. And I didn't want to sit on this for so long, which I've already have been doing. So I think that's a great way to do it. You might not get as many details as if I was doing like an edited video as far as like, here's this, up close and here's some more details. But also with my videos, I like to do skits and stuff. So there's just way too much to show and have it kind of fall into the normal format of my videos. So I'm just going to get right into it because there's a lot to show. I kind of promised my wife that I would try to keep this under an hour, so let's see how it goes. I've already kind of taken notes on all the stuff that's in here. It's a lot of 80s, 90s stuff, maybe some pre-80s stuff too. Big into the robot scene, so this guy, like, I would have been great friends, or I don't know. What's the opposite of friends? Not mortal enemies, because I don't want to kill him. Rivals? Yeah, maybe that. Anyways, so I'm just gonna get right into it. So just randomly, I'm just gonna start grabbing things that are in front of me. So I got all this from the same guy. So just starting off, I got a G.I. Joe Mobat, I believe, motorized. Obviously not in the greatest shape, but it's a tank here. I do know that it's missing this top turret, which I guess is a pretty common thing. Down here, it is missing its battery cover. I don't have double D batteries. Double D's? Where's my mind at? I don't have D batteries to kind of plug this in to see if it does work. And I'm not really a G.I. Joe expert, so I know that this is missing a ton, but that was in the lot right there. It's for you G.I. Joe fans. And then I'm just going to pull this little box here. We got some Star Wars figures. And I didn't really take notes on these guys, but we got, yeah, right. We got, let's see if I can get the camera to, it wants to focus on my face, which you can't blame it, right? But let's see if I can kind of get it to, no, don't look at me. All right, it's not happening, so I'll keep them back here. But we got Greedo right here, and I hope I get all these names right. I'm not, like I said, I took notes on some of these, but I'm not a toy expert. I'm just a guy who likes some toys, and I'm pretty lucky with what I find out there. So anyways, this guy, I'm looking for the markings now. Looks like it's on his boot. 1978, so definitely an original piece right there. Greedo, I believe. We got this kind of dirty character right here. Looks like he's from Empire Strikes Back. Da-da-da-da-da. And on him, we got 1980 Hong Kong. So Lucasfilms. There's that. I don't know if you heard that, but I just dropped the third piece of my little Star Wars trilogy here. We got the little itty bitty Jawa. So much smaller compared to this guy. Thought maybe his smallness would make him a little more rare, because I mean I would lose this thing in a second. I don't know if that's true or not, but anyways, that's what survived this guy's childhood from his Star Wars days, which is pretty neat. Like I said, I'm not really a Star Wars collector, but I like kind of falling into these from time to time, just learning more. Hey Bobby, yeah, this is just the beginning. So like I said, I got several boxes of stuff that I want to share with you guys. I'm just I don't really have any rhyme or reason to how I'm grabbing it, but if you guys are want to know about something in particular, let me know and I'll see if I can kind of find it for you. Let's see, then we got jumping from like the late 70s, early 90s. We're jumping from the late 70s to the early 90s. We're gonna jump right into some X-Men Toy Biz figures. Here obviously we got Cyclops in his original garb. He's old now, so his battery is way beyond dead. Otherwise his visor would be lighting up right now. Definitely had a ton of Toy Biz X-Men's growing up. None of them survived my childhood. But it's one of those things where they're pretty cheap nowadays, so I don't know. I definitely want to reacquire like the main cast of characters, you know, good and bad. But I don't know which direction I want to head in. If I want to go for like a mint on card kind of thing, or loose, or both. So I always struggle with how I want to actually get these guys, because I know that they can be had relatively inexpensively, right? So Cyclops right here, the original one, that's one I would definitely keep. So we'll see if he ends up staying with me or not. Just digging through. I'll stick with X-Men since we're on the topic. We got Nightcrawler here. Still has his suction cups, so that was his little toy perk or mutant ability. You would stick him on, like, you know, glass or windows or anything like that. I don't know how well these guys are gonna stick nowadays, so we'll have to give that a run through. I'm sure there's a way to kind of make it happen, but he's there. He's another one I would definitely keep. Pretty much that the original cast of X-Men plus like the all new X-Men. Always hated the suction cups. Yeah, I feel like suction cups in general don't really work out that great. So he's one I would keep. So anyone from like the the X-Men, I don't know, what's the issue? When they start introducing like Nightcrawler and Colossus, like that line. Yeah, I like the X-Men. Ed, you made it. I was like, I gotta do this early enough so Ed can watch this. Not that it's worth watching, because I'm so different live than I am edited, but yeah, I'm doing this for you. It's like 11 a.m. here, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't past your bedtime. I know this is not X-Men Toy Biz, but it is X-Men, and they are toys. But we got two Magnetos right here. They're definitely missing some accessories, but I believe this is either from like the Marvel Superheroes line or the Secret Wars. So I don't know if you guys can tell just by looking at it. Again, I don't really know. I hope these are in focus. They seem to be focused here, but I'm trying to give you a little more detail. The camera just loves me. Sorry guys, I can't force it to do something it doesn't want to do. But I got two of these guys right here. I'll show you I'll tell you, it says 1984 Marvel Comics Group Hong Kong. So I know they're definitely not Toy Biz. So they're either going to fall in that Secret Wars or Marvel Superheroes line. I'm pretty sure it's Marvel Superheroes. So anyways, two of those guys. I don't think, although I do want to keep a Magneto from the Toy Biz line, I'm not 100% sure that I do want to keep it from this guy's line. Just because with X-Men and stuff, any of that Marvel stuff, it was more the cartoons that got me back into comics, like the animated series and not Marvel, but Batman, you know, things like that. So, retro, buddy, you made it. Awesome. Um, so, at least for my collecting, that's where I would stick with. But, cool to have nonetheless. Alright, so going back to Toy Biz, another figure that I would definitely keep for myself in some form. The original Wolverine figure right here in his old colors. I've gotten a few of these in my time. A lot of times his claws are like broken off or melted or something. You know, who knew that adamantium can't survive a childhood? But this one did. I believe he's supposed to come with a mask. He is missing that, obviously, unfortunately. But he is here, and so he's so flat. Who? Me? I thought they were coming in pretty nicely. Anyways. Hey Bjorn. All right, so Wolverine here, the one I want in my collection, but also I will take his updated outfit as well. So flat. Whee! Is that flat? Huh? I don't think so. He's been twerking. Alright, so Wolverine is going to go back into his plastic bag. I have a very complicated organizing system, as you can see. Everything goes in a bag, whether it has accessories or not. I'm just trying to figure life out, guys, okay? I know I come off like I have everything together, but I'm just like a regular person. Sometimes I cry, sometimes I laugh, sometimes I just break down and pull over on the side of the road and just let it all loose. I'm just like one of you, just with a lot more subscribers. Anyways, so now we got Gambit sticking with Toy Biz. He has his little rubber coat, more plastic, I guess. It's a little torn on the edge here, but Gambit's another one missing his big stick. But I just woke up. How come so early? But it's 8 Oh wow, I didn't realize you were on the West Coast. Yeah, I wanted to get this done kind of out of the way. I wanted to have energy. I've been old and tired recently. So I just wanted to knock this out in the morning. And then I'm on the East Coast, Massachusetts, so I'm a Patriots fan, trying to get this all taken care of before the game today. Don't know how that's going to play out. Not the strongest Patriots team we've had in a while, but hopefully Brady's got one more in him. Because, you know, like 4 isn't enough, or whatever we ended up having. You know, it's bad when you've lost count how many Super Bowls you won. But anyways, I probably come off as a pretentious Patriots fan, which I'm not. Anyways, Gambit, really cool. Definitely one of the characters I would keep. Like I said, he's missing a stick, so he's not complete. So like I said, it might just be worth just grabbing a mint on card. If I can find his baggie, we can move on. Yep, got it. Something just fell out. Ziploc Baby. Alright, so this is kind of unique. Here is... Oh yeah, it's the kicking... it's funny that you bring that up, Ed. My buddy was like, oh, is that the one that kicks? And yeah, it is. His legs are staying down at the moment, but I guess, like you said... My buddy said the same thing. He's like, I have one, but his leg is always like extended. You can't see it. I'm actually lifting my leg right now. Okay. I was like, I don't know how dirty my socks are, but there, I'm Gambit. So his stays like that. So anyways, I brought up Wolverine, his new costume. Here it is right here. For some reason, the guy actually kept it in sort of the card. It's obviously not attached, but the plastic is in there. And this one is complete. His accessory kind of fell out. Smell-o-vision. So here's his little... I think I guess he came with a gun for some reason, because that's the Wolverine I know and love. Always pulling out his firearms. Second Amendment. So he's in here. If he's complete, I'll definitely hang on to him unless I get like a... I don't know. I struggle as a collector, right? So obviously with like the more expensive lines, like a Transformers, I am not gonna grab, you know, mint on card or mint in sealed box type of stuff like very often or at all. very rarely. So I'm not gunning for that kind of collection. But like with figures like these, where it's not that expensive to get it, I don't know. How do you feel about that? Like, would you grab the sealed stuff, or do you want them loose so that, again, I don't have the space to kind of put it all out in its glory right now, but I mean, I could see myself one day like having a diorama of like X-Men, like doing like a battle scene or something. Um, so I don't know. But then again, is that too much to ask to have loose and sealed? And I don't know. I might just be biting off a little too much, but I guess if the price is right, I can, have whatever my heart desires. So, anyways, he's there. Keep his weapon with him. And then we kind of have a similar one, another Wolverine here. I noticed that when I was doing my research on this line, they have like a ton of different Wolverines. Like, obviously, he's one of the more popular characters for good reason. So, a different one. This one, I'm not that crazy about. I don't need him and all his different like outfits, like his costume changes. It's not like he's not like hosting the Oscars. I don't need his like mid-show dress changes, so that's not that important to me. But I do have him. And like the end game for all this is like obviously like I'm gonna keep a lot of this or all the stuff I want. I'm splitting it with a friend, so things he wants. That's pretty much how we attack these big lots. We try to go in on them together, take what we want, and then sell or trade the rest. I don't know, like I know this guy was excited to sell this to me because he saw me as like a genuine collector and didn't want to just give it to somebody who was gonna resell it. And I don't think I qualify for that. I don't know. If you've watched my channel before, you know the spiel. I usually give like the same rationale, just like, trying to make myself feel better that I am one of the good guys. I just, don't have an unlimited bank amount for toys. So I try to have it kind of feed into each other. Anyways, obviously I'm struggling with it because I keep talking about it. But Guy, if you are watching this, thank you. It did go to a good home, and it's going to make me very, very happy, and other people. Okay, moving on. We have a very dirty Skeletor. Looks like it's a battle damaged here. So you can see now he's okay. Everything is fine. Nope, except for that. Now he's okay. Everything is good. And then, oh! He-Man! Oh, that was a terrible Skeletor. I can actually do an okay Skeletor. I don't know what happened here. Hold on. Maybe I need some OJ. Fun fact about me. Not really a fun fact. Don't usually have OJ in the house. Love the stuff. Love fruit juice. My youngest daughter is puking. Good morning, everyone. We don't know if it's a bug or something, but I ran to the store and I stocked up on like popsicles and Pedialyte and what else do you eat? Saltine crackers, ginger ale, all that stuff. So in case it makes its way through the household, we're ready. I don't usually do a lot of medicine or like aspirin and stuff. I'm big on like sleep and vitamin C. So Tropicana, if you're listening, I'm your guy. Come on. Use my celebrity. 420 medicine? What on earth could you be talking about? Recreational use is legal here. I haven't taken advantage of it, but it's legal. Anyways, Skeletor. He-Man! That was a little better. Alright. So he's there. Not the first battle damaged Skeletor I've come across. So... come on, Ed. I did this for you. I'm editing it now. No, alright, yeah, watch when you can. Hopefully it'll be semi-entertaining. Thanks for swinging by. Alright, so I got Skeletor here. I'm not big into Masters of the Universe. My buddy is, as far as collecting. So we'll see if he needs him. But if not, it'll be there. Hey, Movie Bender. Alright, so he's going to go back into his bag. If I can get his stupid arms down. So he's sticking with Masters of the Universe. Sorta. We got Street Corner Shira. Ah, nice. So she's a little messy too. She's had a rough night, but I'll clean these all up. I'm not usually this dirty of a collector, but like I said, it came from somebody's childhood home, so you know they weren't like taking care of them. So pretty cool. This one I would keep, but my wife already has one. She randomly likes She-Ra stuff. She has a complete She-Ra right there on the horse, right outside Castle Grayskull. So just take my word for it. But I got another one of these. As far as my live audience numbers, I don't really care. I don't really advertise it, so I mean it's not like, yeah. Happy New Year. So yeah, I don't really care about the views. I mean, yeah, I don't really advertise. They're just kind of like, this is more something that I need to get on my channel and document and get it out there so that I can finally go through the process of like adding it to my collection, adding it to my buddy's collection, and then trying to, reimburse on some of the investment. So that's kind of the rationale behind doing a live video for this one. All right. Sticking with Masters of the Universe. Another He-Man. Again, same mold as the Skeletor. Has a little battle damage thingy going on here. I'm sure there's a way to actually do it right, but I'm just kind of like playing with his chest. Hey, Guardian. Bobby, yeah, I feel like I've done my collection videos in different points of having my channel. I've had my channel for a while now. So it's all out there. I mean, I can always do like a state of the collection sort of thing. But I can definitely do an update. Again, what I'm really hoping for this year is that I can move, like buy a house. And I have like a dedicated room that I can put everything out on display, because I really don't have enough room to put out what I have. I mean, I have a lot of my like Transformers stuff on display, and then some random parts of like other things, but I'm really kind of relegated to like one side of the room, as you can see in my videos. So I would love to kind of really show off what I got. Not that it's like, oh my god, I'm walking into like a toy museum, but just to kind of like really appreciate it, because like a lot of this stuff, is like stuck in a closet or a storage unit, so it doesn't spark joy to quote, what's her name, Marie Kondo, whatever. I haven't really watched it. It's this new Netflix show that like people are all about how to like unclutter your life, and she's like this really cute like Japanese woman that just like comes into people's houses and is like, oh, talk to your clothes and thank them. So so anyways, that's what that reference was about. Sorry, I missed whatever. Let me see. Can I hit this? Live chat. What's CJR? What does that stand for? Retro. So anyways, yeah, I'm hoping if that ever happens, I will absolutely do like a real like come like a little cribs kind of episode. But otherwise it's gonna be kind of piecemeal. But I did think about doing more like live state of the collection videos, so I can be like, oh, here's like my progress and what I've added to the collection recently, and if I'm putting that on display or something. Anyways, retro. No, this is not just He-Man. This is literally just a snapshot of somebody's childhood from the 80s, 90s. It's a little bit of everything. He was big into the robot side of things, but right now I'm describing what's in these boxes. So, like I said, switching gears completely from Masters of the Universe, now we got Batman. I believe this is the DC Superheroes line, or Superpowers. Oh, okay, there he goes. Yeah, I'll have to check him out. Yeah, I'm really envious of, not in a bad way, like, oh, they have such a better life than me. But some of those people that actually have, like, dedicated spaces for their collection, Definitely something I want to strive for. So anyways, we got Batman here with his cape. Pretty cool figure. Let's see what, I think it's from the 80s. Yep, DC 1984. So this figure is pretty much as old as I am. Superpowers, there we go. I did have the Robin equivalent, so now I have the dynamic duo together again. This is definitely a really cool figure. Not sure what I want to do with him specifically. I know some people would appreciate him a lot more than I do. I'm obviously a Batman fan, but I grew up more with like that original Kenner line, like the gold backing. And I have some figures from that, so I feel like if I were to collect, it would be from that line. But this is definitely a super cool figure to have, and pretty exciting. Alright, so I'm almost done with this little small box, and this is literally like a shoebox worth of stuff. I mean, I have a lot bigger boxes, and I don't think I'm doing great on time. I definitely want to give these guys the justice they deserve, but I have a lot to go through. Yeah, Power Rangers are great. Did you see my, you might have actually, my big Power Rangers Mega Haul that I got? That's probably the biggest splash I've made with Power Rangers. For me, I want to stick with more of the original line. I want to do like, like the original Rangers. I'm thinking, the big figures as well as. Awesome, yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. I can't recall, but for Power Rangers, I want to stick with the original Rangers, the big figures, and the Morphin ones. I'll stick with those. Any of the role-playing stuff, like the weapons that you can hold in your hand, and the Morphers, and then some of the early Megazords and the playset, which if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I got one, but I don't know. Did I show the playset in one of my videos? I don't think I did. No, I didn't, but I got one. The Zordon and all that stuff. So that'll be coming in one of my videos. So that's why it's tough. That's another reason why I'm doing a live video, is because I'm falling so behind on like showing things off that sometimes I forget to show them off. But obviously I like doing edited videos and having a lot more fun with skits and things like that. But anyways, I've been holding Apocalypse for a long time, but I have him, Apocalypse, X-Men Toy Biz, obviously. He does have one of his accessories. With him, I'm not sure if I want to keep. He's definitely one of those like ancillary characters where it's like, he's kind of on the border, like, do I want to keep him or not, or do I draw the line there? But I have him for now, and I'll just have to sit in a corner and kind of think about, is this something I really need? Does it spark joy? Oh, let me see some of those comments I missed. Yeah, the Power Dome is exactly what I got. Alright, so then just some random things here. So in addition to like official figures like Transformers and Gobots that you will see in this video eventually, he also picked up a lot of like cool 80s knockoffs, which I had no idea even existed, but are really neat. So I might not know everything about these figures, but this is a Slag. So a Slag, Dinobot. Sorry, it's probably not Slag. I always get the names confused with the Dinobots, but is a Dinobot a G1 Transformers Dinobot mold, but it's not an official Transformer. Like there's a lot of differences. Like the color scheme, like here he's yellow, where in the other one I think he's red and black. He has a green head. But otherwise, like pretty identical. It looks like he's missing his horns, unfortunately, but it's one of those, I believe it's a knockoff. So it's a knockoff of Transformers, but it came out in the 80s. So it's still cool and collectible for some people. So you'll see that like by the end of this video, there's a few examples of things like this, which were pretty neat for the time. Like, like in the day, right, you would have your official Transformers, but then you'd have your like kind of like bootleg ones that are usually on like card or something that you can just pick up at like a Walgreens or some kind of like drugstore that's not necessarily known for their toys, but they want to capitalize on the craze. So definitely a cool figure. I'm not going to get into the whole knockoff thing. Like obviously there's a ton. What time is it there? I still have morning brain. I'm on the East Coast, right? So I think I started like at 11. So right now probably like 11:30. I don't know. I'm using my phone to stream this, so I can't see the time. Um, so anyways, I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna become like a knockoff collector. Like, there's obviously so many like Transformers in the official run that I would need to acquire. So I can't see myself really expanding into this unless it's something really really cool. Um, but so for now, I'll just admire it from afar and then decide what I really want to do with it. But pretty cool. Knockoffs, knockoff isn't necessarily a dirty word when it comes to collecting. There's a lot of toys out there, especially when you're talking about like 80s knockoffs. That's a completely different beast than like, finding stuff nowadays that are kind of not the real deal. And then to finish off this box, we got this random guy. I don't think I ever identified him. Let me see. Hold on. I got my laptop here, where I kind of took some notes. So he's definitely like a robot. Yeah, exactly. The old knockoffs can really go. Let's see. See if I can. I tried to take notes on some of these guys so I can figure out multi-force. Four-wheel drive. I don't know. You guys know what this guy is? It's let's see. Made in Taiwan. By the way, that's kind of a dead giveaway. It seems like, at least in my research, that if anything is made in Taiwan from back in the 80s, it's probably a knockoff. I've come across that a lot with like the Gobot knockoffs. Those were made in Taiwan, the knockoff versions. Not really sure who this is. Yeah, I don't think I ever figured it out. But he's he's a motorized guy, but he also transforms into a robot, and he's missing a bunch of pieces. Like, his face wouldn't be like so exposed otherwise, but pretty cool. He is battery powered. It looks like he would take 2 AA batteries and do something. There's like buttons here for stuff he can do. I think I threw in some batteries and it wasn't really working. A Taiwan bootleg Soundwave. I think no, it's not a Gobot retro, or at least this version isn't. I don't think it's again, they I don't know. It could be, who knows really, but this isn't one of those. I think I might have that Taiwan Soundwave as well. I randomly picked that one up because I thought it was kind of cool. Is that the one where he's called like Cassette Man? And so it was like a knockoff of the Microman line before it became, Transformers when it got localized here. So again, like, it's a knockoff of the like original line. So it's still pretty rare and pretty popular. And cool to have in some respect. So I did buy that, like, yeah, so I have the same one. And I got some cassettes to go with them too. Can you hold it in my little screen so I can capture? Yeah, I'll do it. I actually I upgraded to a Google Pixel 3, so I was doing the same thing. So let's see. Maybe you'll have some more luck. There. Oh, there you go. Come on, focus. Just holding it up so he can. If you don't know what he's doing, he's taking a picture, and you can use that to kind of like reverse image search. Thanks. To kind of see if anything comes up. Which is pretty cool, and actually became pretty useful for me, anyways, as far as like trying to identify some of these figures, because it's a lot better than being like, like Green Man with helmet, G.I. Joe, Cobra, Teal. It's a lot easier if you can just snap a photo and search with that. So I've been able to do that because I upgraded to a Google Pixel 3 phone. So anyways, here's a G.I. Joe character. Again, G.I. Joe is not really my strength. I feel like everything I've showed you thus far is like, I don't know anything about it. but I have a channel on toy collecting. So he's there. I know there's a lot of GI Joe guys out there. My buddy's one of them, so he would be able to identify this guy in an instant. But I have him. He is made in Hong Kong. Don't see a date on him, but I'm assuming he's one of the 80s figures. So he's there. Sweating. So much pressure when you're going live. Alright, so let me throw everything back in that shoebox and we'll move on. Alright, let me go to... I'm going to move on to something I know a little more about. Transformers, obviously. So, the really fun part of opening, like buying collections and knowing, or lots, and is kind of just like digging through it. So, luckily I was able to get this stuff for a really good price. So, a lot of this stuff, even though I couldn't make out all the details, you know, in the moment. Well, that's good. I mean, that's not good. At least you didn't burn your house down. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for trying to check it out. Like I said, I had a hard time finding it too, but it's definitely just one of those random. I mean, I'm sure it's a knockoff of something, but obviously it wasn't. Whatever it knocked off wasn't that popular, potentially. But I might, if I bring it to like a toy show, there's always people that really like digging through accessories and identifying things, so they're like way more knowledgeable than I am. So I'm sure we'll find out what it is eventually. So anyways, yeah. So when I got this lot, like I saw some of the details, but I didn't know all of them. So it was kind of like a chance, but the price was good enough that it was worth the gamble. Like I knew what I was spending was worth what I was getting, and that there'd be a lot of surprises along the way. So even when I was going through the Transformers, there's some things that I didn't know were in there, but ended up being like a great thing. So I'm just gonna start kind of rolling through that right now. So right off the bat, start off with something everybody knows and loves. Optimus Prime G1 has his figure. He's missing part of his grill here, which is actually pretty common, unfortunately, but everything else is intact. He has his smokestacks, got his trailer, which is pretty cool. That is in good shape. It doesn't have any of his other accessories, but it's all in there. This is an original. It's a die cast. I hear something rolling around here. My daughter asked to play with it. So, yeah, it's a cutie car. nothing vintage about that. But I don't know about you collectors out there that have kids. Every time my kids ask to play with my stuff, I don't want to be one of those guys like, no, you can't touch daddy's toys. So I'm a little more lenient when it comes to them playing with it. I'm just like, please be careful. I don't want to I don't want to have to reprimand you. Because I don't want to be one of those. I don't know what I want to be, but I would like to be a good dad and let my kids play with toys, but have them not end up broken in the process too. So I don't know if that's achievable in real life. But anyway, she asked to play with us a little bit, which is why there was a cutie car in there. I already have an Optimus that's signed by Peter Cullen, so this one's definitely going to be used for trade or sale. Try to get some of the initial investment back. And I know this is one of the obviously easier ones, more in demand things to grab. Do you have Soundwave by chance? I don't think I have another Soundwave, but I'll obviously we'll get to the bottom of it soon enough. So obviously this one I would hate for anything to happen to it because it is one of the more iconic characters. It's an easy, I think that's in demand. It would be easy to kind of use. And he also has his trailer door, so super cool. All right, so moving down the line. Let's see, there's a lot of pieces in here, so I don't want to... I'll just grab this random thing. This is pretty cool. It's a walkie-talkie. So that's pretty neat. I've never had a Transformers walkie-talkie. Unfortunately, I don't think it works because well, number one, I don't have the other walkie-talkie that goes with it. But I put in a 9-volt battery and it wasn't really doing anything. But it's cool. Like if it did work, you could talk to each other. You could do like Morse code Has a whole section here on Morse code. It's kind of lame though, because obviously this doesn't resemble any Transformer that I've ever seen. It's just kind of generic robot, so they obviously just licensed Transformers to sell this thing. But let's see, it's 1983 Hasbro. So I don't know. For all I know, Hasbro like made this. And hey, hold on. Hey Madrano, how's it going? So again, a pretty cool, neat thing to have. You know, just something to throw up on a shelf. I do like some of the licensed stuff that aren't, Transformers, like, board games and things like that. Or actually, that aren't actual robots. So I'll probably hang on to this for a little bit. Maybe upgrade one day when if I come across a working copy. So pretty neat. Let's see what else we got here. Kind of been doing a lot of cleaning and organizing when it comes to these guys, to my collection here. So this is one of the deluxe Insecticons. I believe it's Chop Shop. So everyone knows like the regular Insecticons, like Shrapnel and Kickback, like Grasshopper and those guys, but they made some bigger versions that you might not be as aware of. This isn't a legit Insecticon. Let's see, I believe it was licensed from Bandai, so it was kind of like what they did with Jetfire. They took pre-existing molds of characters and robots that existed from other lines and brought them over to America as American Transformers. So I already have one of him, and that's what I'm coming across, which is obviously a good problem to have. Is with these lots, like you might put a lot up front, but since I do have a lot of at least when it comes to Transformers, it's easy for me to like upgrade and add to my collection, and then get some of that money back because I can just sell or trade the duplicates. So when you're at that level, it's a good place to be in because it gives you a lot more flexibility. Then another Transformer is Sandstorm here. He's a triple changer. So he has his robot mode, he has his car mode, and then he also has like a helicopter mode. There's some helicopter blades in here that are hidden. So if I just flip this, you'll see there's his face. So again, already have Sandstorm. One of the triple changers that I don't have is Springer, who made an appearance in the Transformers animated movie. He's like the green guy who also turns into a helicopter and has like a land form as well. So him I already have, so I'll be using him to get something cooler that I need. Oh man, I am so not doing good on time. Let's see. Not that I want to rush through this, because obviously I like talking to you guys and showing off things in detail instead of being like, Another cool part of a figure, not the whole thing, is Omega Supreme, one of my favorite Transformers. There's a lot that goes into him. He's like this giant robot guy that has electronics that can actually walk, like standing up. He has a tank mode and he has some tracks that go with it, so he would go around the track like that, and his head would spin and his turret would go up and down. I've come across a few of these, and I've been able to upgrade all along the way. So now I do have a 100% complete one that works, and I've been able to kind of like get rid of the ones I don't need. This one, unfortunately, I don't think is in great shape. It's only in pieces. I don't think his electronics work, so there's not as much value for somebody who might need this, but it'll still be available to them. And I do have other pieces of him. He just happened to be on top on the box, so I just wanted to grab him real quick while I could. Here's a random thing, another licensed product. I think it's a radio. I think it's an AM only radio. I don't believe it's FM. Yeah, so this is just an AM radio tuner. Obviously, this is better than the walkie-talkie because at least it looks like Optimus Prime. And it also works. I tried it out. It takes 9 volts. They loved 9 volts back in the day. And I was actually able to tune in, and I think I was listening to like some NFL playoff game or something. So this is pretty cool. I'm not sure if anything else came to it. There's kind of like a kind of like a circular indent here. You put like a medallion in. I don't know. I'm just making that up, but it worked out pretty well. So that's pretty neat. Again, something I'll hold on to. Not something I was necessarily gunning for, but I will take it. All right, now this is cool, right? Can you demo that radio? I don't know. I don't have. Is that what you want to? Do you want to see the magic of radio? I don't know, we'll see. I don't have a 9-volt battery like in my vicinity, but we'll see. So, anyways, this is another cool thing, and one of the bigger surprises when it comes to this lot is so. Some of you know about Headmasters, right? They're big Transformers figures. Like this guy is Mind Wipe. He has a robot mode. He looks a little funny now because he's missing his head, because what the whole gimmick with Headmasters is that their heads popped off and actually transformed into little robots. So pretty cool. Actually, if you open up his chest, this isn't the Headmaster, but there, now he'll at least look more like a bat. If you're the Handmaster, why do you need her? Oh wait, I turned it into a self joke, but okay, I get it. All right. Hey, Sweden. All right. What's going on, Comic Lover? So, anyways, Headmasters, right? That's the gimmick. Their head pops off and turns into a robot. Unfortunately, because of that, a lot of the times, Headmaster. That Batman was 1984 retro. A lot of times, those Headmasters are missing. And I thought that was the case with this lot, because this is how I found him, right? He had no head, blah, blah, blah. But then I popped out this, and this guy was inside. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. That was like the biggest like gotcha surprise moment in this lot, is that there's a few instances. Hey, Zook, or Gooch. Gooch is easier to say. Appreciate it, man. I'm not as funny in my live videos, but I can edit myself better. Anyways, so this is the happiest moments, one of the happiest moments in this lot, is that it actually had the head, because I had this guy minus the head. Now I have the head, and just to kind of show you the gimmick, so there he is in head form, but you can actually transform him, and you know, there's not much to it, obviously, but there he is. He's a little robot. So again, one of the greatest things, these things are always missing. Then later on, they moved on to Target Masters, where their weapons turn into little robots. Those are always missing. So when this guy popped out of his chest, it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. And you'll see, like, another part of the gimmick is that they have these, like, speed, strength, and intelligence, like, meters. And you wouldn't know how great they were until you pop them in. And now you see that's his level. So Mind Wipe is a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, exactly, Retro. That's the thing. Like, nobody was able to hang on to the heads. But now, like, he looks so much better. I have him now. Super duper upgrade. And I do think this figure is better than the one I have. So that's what I love about these lots. There's always something that you can get new or improve upon. It's not just about, like, flipping it or something like that. So that was a great moment in Greco history. Moving down the line, we have some of these Seacon guys. These were a Decepticon combiner team, where they formed Piranacon. I'm actually pretty close to forming Piranacon. There's 2 that I'm missing, but I do have all the accessories to form him. Unfortunately, the few that were in this slot are not the ones that I need. So I'm still 2 away from Piranacon, but this is cool. Another C-Wing. But one plus is that he came with some accessories that I did not have. I don't need these, even though this looks like a combiner foot. It's actually not used that way. It's some weird, like, stand that all the C-Cons have that you can put the guy on there for some reason. I'm not sure why they have that, but they do. But this accessory I did not have, as far as like wanting to complete the figure itself. But you don't need it for the combiner form. So there's the silver lining. Comic, that's awesome. I haven't found any Transformers at like Savers or any of those thrift stores. I found some at like local thrift shops, but not like the big chains. My Goodwill, the one closest to me, doesn't like carry like any toys. See you, Bjorn. Have a nice dinner. Don't choke. Learn the Heimlich. I don't know why I would give you the fear of choking. Just have a nice dinner. Yeah, I haven't found anything at my like Goodwill. It's such a waste. It's kind of lame actually, and it's not like super close, so it's like not even worthy of like going out there. Anyways, here's some track pieces for Omega Supreme, so I'll be adding that to him. Here are some of the towards the end of the line. They came out with some kind of micro teams of Transformers. So we got a little ambulance guy. Again, there's not much to them. They don't combine. They just turn into little robots. This is like a speedboat kind of guy. I know for sure I don't have the speedboat. I'm just taking a quick glance to my shelf over here. I don't think I have the ambulance guy either. And there's a little police guy here. So again, I wanted to, I don't know where to draw the line with my collection. I always thought I would like, I'd go up to like Fortress Maximus and then cut it there, since he's like the grail of the line. But as I come across things, I'm obviously not going to turn them down. So, yeah, I guess now I am gunning for a complete G1 collection, just because it's fun to find them, and I'm not going to throw any self-respecting, Transformer on the street. No, those little guys, they are G1. They came towards the end of the line. They're called I think they're called Micromasters. So either late 80s, early 90s is when they came out. But they are officially G1. Right along the lines of kind of things that came out towards the end of the G1 line, this is I know it looks like it could be the alt mode of a Decepticon, but it's actually a base. So like it would open up. This one's obviously missing a lot of pieces, but like there would be like weapons and ramps and I think some of those micro guys that you could throw onto here. But that came towards the end of the line too, where they were kind of like running out of ideas of things that could transform. But this kind of turned into like a micro playset. Doesn't look like much now because it's just a shell. Yeah, exactly. Cool runnings. So I already actually have one of these, and I have the little jet guy that goes with him. I don't think I can scavenge any parts to help make mine more complete, unfortunately. So yeah, this one came out in 1989. And I forget his name. Sorry. Moving down, we got Lightspeed here. He is part of the Technobots. The Technobots form Computron, which I've actually rearranged my collection, so he's not anywhere nearby. But he's one of the Technobots. I already have Computron, so he's not needed for me, unless there's something I can see that... Sometimes I make mistakes where, like, I think I don't need something, and then I find out, like, one of my figures is, like, kind of broken, and that would have been an upgrade. But so I'll have to double check and make sure that I actually don't need him before I use him. Here's another cool thing. Just gonna get him together. We have Power Master Optimus Prime. Comic lover, no, I did not see Into the Spider-Verse. I've heard really awesome things about it. I hear it's like one of the best superhero movies ever. So I definitely want to see it. It was one of those things where like I like Spider-Man a lot, but it wasn't like on my radar. I wasn't like, oh, I have to watch it. I have to go, at least like go to the theater to see it. But I've heard like so many good things about it that I have to make time for it, whether it's at home or what. But I definitely will see it eventually. What did you think about it? I kind of had the same reaction with Bumblebee. I wasn't gonna see it in the theater because I've been so turned off by like the last few Michael Bay movies, despite how big of a Transformer fan I am. But then I heard it got, like I saw that it was getting like really good reviews. Um, yeah, Green Autobot. Nice. The Green Autobot, is it a G1 one? Is it, because I have a few that I could potentially show you that might be it. Hound could have been Hound, one of the originals. Hoist could have been Hoist. Cosmos, if he's one of the little guys. Anyways, Power Master Optimus Prime. This is another one of the gimmicks where they have smaller robots that attach with these guys. It's not his head, it's not his weapon, it's his engine. So if we had him, he would go right into here and make like a little engine block. But you pop him out and he turns into a Transformer. So one of the awesome things... Oh, the Studio Transformers. Yeah, those are cool. They're actually coming out with a Siege line, which I've seen, and I'm trying not to dive too deep into the newer Autobot or the newer Transformers, just because that's a pit of despair. But some of them look really cool, and it's hard to pass them up. But anyways, this is Power Master Optimus Prime. I've had a bunch of different goes with him, but one thing that it was always missing was there's this top kind of panel here that was missing all the time. And luckily, with this one, the reason why he's missing his is because he had it, and I transferred it to the one I had that was in better shape. So I finally have a complete one of Power Master Optimus Prime now. So it only took like, buying countless lots to finally get that one stupid piece. But that's the fun in it. That's why I buy these things. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's some really good ones out there. I just recently bought one of the, I just bought one of the Walmart reissues. I wasn't going to grab it, just because I thought the prices were like crazy for what they were. But they just went on clearance in my area, so I grabbed Starscream. There's a ton of Hot Rod. I'm on the fence about him even more, just because I'm not as, the character's not as cool to me. So right now it's only $15, but if it drops even lower, I might grab it. I did buy some of the Power of the Primes figures for on clearance because I wanted one of them, and it was finally really cheap because it's one of the combiner ones, and I am a sucker for combiners, so even the new ones I will get. So I got Hunger for pretty cheap, but then they had two more, and I noticed that they were selling for a decent amount. So I'm actually, the two that I bought, I'm going to flip so that I end up with a couple free Transformers. So that's always a good thing, to end up with free things. MP3 Soundwave. I think I did see something about it, but it's not jogging my memory. So you think it's pretty cool? Anyways, another combiner. I guess speaking of Hunger, this is, it's not Sinner, no, it's Cutthroat. He's part of the... Hey, Silver Age Dave. Hey, Marion. I'm running out of steam here, but I'm trying to trudge through this. I only wanted to have this go on for an hour, but I'm already there, and I'm like halfway through the stuff that I wanted to show. So this is Cutthroat. He's part of the combiner that forms Abominus. I'm trying to remember the name of the team here, but anyways, I already have an Abominus, so this is just an extra piece that can hopefully go to somebody who needs it. Alright guys, not to, I really did want to get this done in an hour, so I might just have to go speed round to kind of knock all this stuff out. So, random stuff. This is just, I don't know the name of this guy, but he is one of the Pretenders. The Pretenders were things that came out towards the end. They came in like little shells. Sorry, I'm trying to save time by not taking them out of the bag, and it's just creating glare. Michael, if you're serious, I think we've tried to connect before. A bunch of these are going to be available, so if you watch this video or if you have any question about things, let me know, because I will. I'm definitely looking to sell some of these. Show that awesome milk and cheese. It's not going to be part of this video because this guy did not collect milk and cheese, but I definitely have it. Oh, are you talking about the commission I got? I'm going to mess up my video. I mean, there's milk and cheese up there. That's the Evan Dorkin commission. That was pre-done. I did not ask him to make it for me. He wasn't actually taking commissions at the time. But that was pre-done. I thought it was awesome anyways, so I just grabbed it. I don't know if you ever saw the video where I actually have him on camera and I'm like talking to him. It was one of my Boston Comic Con videos. I think from a couple years back at this point, and I felt kind of bad because I actually haggled with him, which I can't help myself. But like it, I have a budget for a reason, even though I love the guy and I love his work. It was awkward? Really? Wasn't it through email? How awkward can emails be? I mean, I know it took a second to connect, but anyways, let's try again. So I took him out of the bag because he was glaring, but for you non-Transformers guys, this is a Pretender line. So they all came in like shells, like this, and then the robots would be inside. Again, towards the end of the line, kind of like throwing a bunch of ideas out there to see if anything would click. I don't really love this idea, but you know, again, if I come across it, I'm not going to turn it down. So I don't think these two go together, although the color scheme looks pretty on point, so maybe they do. Like I said, I wanted to make this video first to show everybody what I got, catalog it, and then I'll go through and see what I actually need. So those are the Pretenders. So let me just keep digging through this bag. Here we have the corpse of Sunstreaker. Great, now by joking about it being awkward, now you made it really awkward. You cut out and sent it. What? They stopped it? They cut me? They cut my feed? There's just the corpse of Sunstreaker. Would you call yourself a hoarder? I don't think I'm a hoarder because, you know, I have things on display that are organized. I put things in closets and storage units. The only thing I'm slow about is getting some of the stuff that I don't want or need out there. And I think the main culprit behind it is this YouTube channel, because I do want to share what I got and the stories behind it with like you guys. But I like to make fun edited videos. So the rate at which I make videos to the rate at which I acquire things doesn't work out. They're not. I acquire things more quickly than I do a hoarder. Maybe of other men. We don't really spend a lot of time together anymore. I'm actually not married. This is all it's just an image I put out to be more family friendly. No. Michael actually did show some Masters of the Universe stuff earlier on. Nothing too crazy, I don't think, but yeah, that's the reason why I would sort of call myself a hoarder, but not really. Is just that I'm not quick about showcasing what I got fast enough and then getting it out the door for the stuff that I don't want to keep. Or, potentially, like, yes, I'm running out of room, but it's because I just live in a house that has a small storage. So I feel like I need a longer leash when it comes to like hoarder status. But hopefully after this video, I'll be able to get a lot of this out the door because the ratio to the things I need and want to keep to what I don't is more in the favor of the don't category. So there's plenty of room for things to go away. Here's just another random micro base guy. He goes with like a little like robot centipede kind of thing. Sorry, I'm going to take it out of the bag just because glare. I know I'm trying to save on time, but that's not really working. So he actually like disconnects. And he goes with other pieces too, but again, towards the end of the line, not a big deal. Not something I usually care about. This guy is one of the duo cons, not towards the end of the line, but It's one of those gimmicks where like it's technically 2 in 1, so they have this weird kind of like symbiotic thing where they can be separate figures. You know, one can be a plane, one can be a truck, but then they also go together. So they have a few of these examples, but they're also robots as well. Nothing too special. Nothing that sparks joy for me. Here we got Onslaught. He's like the leader of the Combaticons. Well, one part of Bruticus, which I already have. So this is cool because he actually has some of the Bruticus accessories. The shield, one of the feet. So that'll be available to anybody that needs it. Here we got another one of the Pretender guys. I really wish the camera... I'm trying to trick it. It wants my face. Come on. There we go. Another one of the Pretender guys. Here's another round of those micros. Yes, the Combaticons form big bad battling Dudicus. Bruticus is definitely one of my favorite combiners. He's just a really cool mold. Again, here's some of the smaller micro guys from Transformers. Here's another one. I think I separated them into bags based on teams, which is why I'm not just showing you all of them at once. Here's another one of those micro bases, technically. So he kind of has like a C. Oh yeah, thanks, Michael. Yeah, that was fun. I always enjoy incorporating my children into the videos. I know originally, like, my wife was a little skittish about it because, like, you know, you don't want to expose your kids to the internet. But I'm like, if you want the views, you have to use them. As, you know, they're basically living props to me. 15-minute mark. Retro, I think that 15-minute thing is if you have a new account, it's just a kind of like a limit that they pose on you. So you just got to keep making videos. That's pretty much it. I'm not 100%, but I think there might be a subscriber mark, like benchmark you have to hit 2. And maybe watch minutes. That might be a new thing. But so in your case, it would just keep making videos, and then eventually maybe they'll let it go. But I had the same thing too, like a while back when I first started. 5 months, yeah. So it just, I mean, if you haven't already searched it, there's definitely rules out there as to why they limit that. So anyways, this is one of those micro bases again. He did come with his little figure here. This is new to me, so I'm going to be keeping this one. So he turns into like a little air or sea carrier. Flea market videos. I mean, there's a year-round flea market near me, so I mean, it's there. And, you know, obviously you could use the term flea market loosely. Like, I could go to, like, other things, potentially. Like, but things definitely do die down in the winter months around here. I haven't hit up as many flea markets as I would have liked to. I still have some flea market footage and toy show footage and other stuff that I need to make into videos. Again, it's just about me getting around to doing that. Because obviously I don't want these to be just show and tell videos. I like to have a little fun with them. Just another little mini jet. I'm just gonna talk and kind of show these things. So I definitely, like, again, yes, it does die down in the winter months, but part of it is just me not getting out there to flea markets and stuff, just because it's a time investment and you know, some other things. But I want to. Actually, in a couple weeks, there's a pretty big local toy store that's has a warehouse. They're doing a warehouse sale. I've never been to one of those before. And I guess they're cool with people filming, because, like, if you guys watch Sprooch Game Hunting, he does some of his toy stuff from there as well. So he's made videos before about popping into there. Another Headmaster here. This is Ape Face. Another fantastic pickup. I don't have the body, but the head's where it's at. You know, Michael, it's true. It is what the people want. My flea market videos are way more popular That's awesome, man. No, retro. As long as you can, again, try. Obviously, I have like I'd be disingenuous if I said like not having an audience, isn't fun. Obviously, I like feedback. Like even when I get a lot of views, it's more like the comments that I care about. I like when people like interact with me and like feel compelled to say something about my videos, even if it's some like dumb comment. Um, but yeah, so I'd be a little disingenuous if I was like, oh, it doesn't matter about the views, just have fun with it. But on the same token, at least for me, like that's why I do the edited stuff. I don't want to be just like a show and tell guy, even though like some of my most popular videos are other YouTubers that like just kind of go out there and show you live footage and then just like talk about what they got. Um, you know, a lot of the times I'm like, why do I put so much effort into my videos as far as like trying to make skits and try to be, fun with them if it doesn't necessarily translate to, views and engagement. Um, but for me, I want to have fun with it. I want to flex some creativity in addition to showing you like the toys and other stuff that I pick up. So that's why I do it. Like I want to be creative and I want to make stuff that I would want to watch. Um, but yeah, again, as far as like things that seem to be most popular, like I could totally just start doing just live pickups. And I think at least I'm going to make an effort to get out there more. Um, nice. Thanks. Yeah, Toy Time Machine, they're really fun. I wish that I had like a posse, like a local posse of people that I could go out with because then I feel like it would be easier and more fun to make those videos because a lot of times it's just like me and one other person, so you're kind of hearing like just conversations. But if I was able to do more of like a collaborative like group thing locally, like that would be a lot more fun. And I feel like it wouldn't require as much like not staged, but at least like skit play because you can like I could play off of people like in the moment and have it be entertaining. So I do like Toy Time Machine. I don't know if you saw, but they made a video that I was in with some other people as well. That we kind of did like a global like their $20 challenge. They opened it up to other YouTubers, so we kind of did like a cross continental thing. So I had a lot of fun with that. If you haven't watched that video, check it out. They never said who won. I don't think I did. I think by the unofficial tally, it was Ed. Not to spoil it, from Ed's Retro Geek Out, which is another great YouTuber that I have a lot of fun with. But yeah, I do like that they have their little crew, and I wish I could do something like that. I run into a few local YouTubers, but we're not like constantly going out together. Let's see, just moving on. Just trying to get through this real quick so I can move on to some non-Transformer stuff. I think this is another one of the cassette tapes. This is a Decepticon one, so he goes with Soundwave. Slugfest turns into a dino. Just trying to get his head. There we go. Cool, huh? Wow. Yeah, Scott. Who knew? Who knew you would see Transformers on my channel, huh? You thought this was a cassette tape? You thought this was an MP3? Wrong. Dinosaur. Totally a dinosaur. Scott's my Running with Comets, my Motor City Comic Con buddy. Hopefully we can hook up again this year. Always a lot of fun going with the guys. I still have my old footage from the last Motor City Comic Con. I got to make something out of. I think I'm going to change my approach when it comes to documenting that because I've been doing like the chest mounting thing and the shoulder thing just because it's convenient and I want to keep my arms free. But sometimes those camera angles aren't so hot. It's just like our crotches or our like, dad bods. So I think I'm going to change it up. I might put it on not like a selfie stick because like you guys would never hang out with me, but I might just put it on a pole so I can kind of look, hey gamer man. Going on? I was watching your brother's live feed not that long ago, him editing a video. He made some empty promises about us hanging out sometime, which I know is not gonna happen. We had our one moment in the sun, and then he started making brain videos, so I'm too dumb for him. That was just Groove that I showed you. He's one of the combiners for what is he? Protectobots. So he is. They make Defensor, which I already have. This is just another. I guess this is like an alt mode, but if you. I almost ripped his arms off. Good thing I didn't do that. Another one of the Pretenders. There he is right there. Don't have him, so I will be keeping him. This is not a Transformer, but he's in here, so I'm going to show it anyways. Motorcraft. You guys like trucks? You like Hemis? While doing a clearance. Oh, sweet, really? So I'm like, am I like, hold on, am I like being broadcast to the whole store? Or do you have like, earbuds in? It's funny, speaking of Scrooge game hunting, I saw he did a toy hunting video, and he ran into another YouTuber, and he was like, he found like a Sailor Moon figure, and he was like, oh, my buddy would like these, and he's like, oh, you know Greco, and the guy's like, oh yeah, Greco fabulous, and the guy just said like, my wife can't stand listening to him. So now I'm all self-conscious, like, I know I'm like nasally, it sounds like I have a cold like 24/7, which I really don't. Maybe it's that, I think it's that post-nasal drip, guys. So I'm going to start a Patreon. If you guys want to contribute to that, just to fix me, to get my nose job. Good job, Dark. Yeah, I don't want to be annoying. Good luck with the clearance fines, by the way. Right, Scott. I don't know. It's I call it. I don't want to blast anybody on YouTube. This isn't the old comic book days. Hey, Toxic Gaming. But I mean, seriously. So maybe it is my voice. Anyways, this is whatever. This is some kind of. I don't think it's a Micro Machine. It's a Monroe Motorcraft thing. It might be Micro Machine. I shouldn't have to change for anybody, Retro. This is me in all my glory. I don't see them having YouTube channels. Anyways, wrapping this up. Like I said, we got more of these combiner pieces. This is Sinner Twin. I already have Abominus, so I don't need him. This is, I believe this is Overdrive. This is a mail-away figure. You know, you collect your little robot points and send them in from the boxes. It's funny that I got this because I literally just got it from another haul. So I'll have to see which one's in better shape. Yeah, clearance hauls. I'm not actually going to change. I'm just kidding. It really did have me. I laughed at it because I know you talked about haters and stuff. Like, if you do this YouTube stuff, you got to try to have some thick skin. Like, there used to be so much drama back in the day, and maybe there is still, like, behind the scenes, but, like, some people are just rotten people, or just, like, want to try to, like, get reactions out of you. And at least with me, I try to let it kind of roll off. Just because it's really not that big a deal to me. Like I said, I like comments, whether they're good or bad. Thumbs downs don't really matter to me. Like, you're still watching my video. You're still engaging in some way. So I really don't. I would love to be loved by everyone, but it doesn't necessarily have to work out the way. And luckily, like, it doesn't bother me because there's not, what's going to happen, right? Exactly. So I've learned to kind of cope with it. This is another guy from the Terror Cons that form Abominus. Rippersnapper? Yep. Michael, if you're talking about Sinner Twin, those little guys, I'd probably do like $5, maybe $7, but probably $5. I know I got a good deal on this lot, so I try to sell them for, prices that I would want to do, that I would be looking to spend on them. The combiner pieces that aren't the main guys, I try to, especially with no accessories. He might have accessories, but at least he didn't. Another one of the top, these guys. There's so many of them, nobody cares about these guys, but I already have him. He's in their top spinner twins list. What else? This one, man, like, this is so hard to find, like, without any issues. speaking of Dinobots from before, this is Swoop. You might notice he's missing something. You know, his head. I found this is one that's been elusive to me. I have one right now that has his head, but his beak is missing. And this is like probably the third or fourth one I found now, where either his head is missing or his beak is broken. So unfortunately, this is another instance of that. So I still don't have my like intact kind of Swoop. So, but I think his body's in better shape than the one I have. So I might try to do a head transplant. So we'll see how that works out. But still eluding me. I would have had him in a recent... I don't think I ever brought it up on my YouTube channel, but there was a time where like I had somebody where I had a deal in place locally to get like a really awesome lot. Transformers, Voltron, like really good shape. That would have been in here. The deal was said and done. The guy set the time and place. Like I was all like ready to go, but he was like, "Oh, let's meet tomorrow," and he ended up selling it to somebody else for more money. Which money is one thing, I get it, but on one hand, like I met the guy's asking price. Like he wasn't waiting on me. There's a lot of details that went into it where I was like, "Come on, dude, really?" And like we talked about it before too. Like we were kind of joking about how people have like screwed us over before on Facebook Marketplace, and so it was just like so. Like, how are you gonna pull that stunt? And the worst part about it was I actually found out the person that he sold it to. It's another local, not YouTuber, but guy that buys things and collector, and so and I find out because we're in part of some of the same Facebook groups together, and he's like, "Oh, look at this new haul that I got, it's so cool," and I messaged him, and he was all like, you know, he tried to be like, "Oh, I think you're, you know, you have more of an issue with the seller than me," and I was like, "Yes, I definitely don't like the seller because he went back on his word, but on the same token, you were told," like he admitted that he was told that the sale was pending, and then he went and like threw more money at the guy, and I just feel like I know it kind of sparked this big like debate on the Facebook groups. Like some people like were like on my side, like no, like a deal is a deal, and if somebody said that you know a sale is pending, you just let it go, kind of thing. And that's the kind of camp I'm at. Like if somebody tells like if I want something and I'm late to the game, like I'm not going to be like, "Hey, dude, I'll give you like $200, like or whatever, you know, more money." I don't dangle that carrot in front of people because I don't want. I sort of believe in karma when it comes to this stuff because like that's I wouldn't want someone to do that to me, right? You know, it's you know it's part of the thrill of the hunt is getting there first. It's not, you know, how can I kind of undermine people? You know, I do feel like we're a community, or we try to be, right? And we try to be this communal force, and you know, there's enough out there for everyone. One person doesn't need to gobble up everything, and that's why when I go to places with people, I try to work with them and go, you know, what are you into? What are you looking for? I'll keep an eye out for you. And I mean it in a genuine way. So, so again, I don't like what the seller did because I agreed to all of his terms, and you know, like I said, we joked about people screwing us over on that hand. But then I also have a gripe with the buyer because if somebody tells me something is pending, I don't throw more money at the situation. I say, hey, if it falls through, let me know because I'll definitely pick it up. Like that's where I'll leave it. Because he tried to. I don't like that he tried to. I almost wish he would just like, hey, you know, would be one of those guys like, hey, buddy, you know, sorry, money talks. Like, I'd almost him rather play it off that way. But he was like, oh, you know, I didn't know what pending meant. It's almost like, really, like you don't know what pending means. He's like, I didn't know what what pending really meant, and you know, I didn't know he was gonna take the deal. I just told him, you know, what I'd be willing to spend. It's like, really? You don't dangle more money in front of someone and be like, "Oh, by the way, I just wanted to let you know what I would spend. I don't want to take it from anybody. I just want to let you know how much money I'd give you." So that sucked because it was a really, really good deal, really, really good lot. Again, one of those situations where I was ready at a moment's notice to grab it and still didn't end up with it. And again, money's money. I get it. You know, it did end up being more than double his asking price. And not everybody can walk away from that. But I do feel like the seller did owe me at least a chance to counter or match the price. Because I still might have done it. But Anyways, that was my little venting. And, if you guys are in any of those Facebook groups, you know you've already kind of seen that kind of play out. So I don't think I mentioned it on YouTube yet. Maybe I have. Anyways, another cool thing, I do have more accessories for Transformers and stuff, but again, just as exciting as Headmasters are some of those Power Masters that I mentioned. So these guys are the ones that, they turn into little engines and you plop them into the figures, into the bigger figures, but then they also turn into little robots. So these two go with Double Dealer. So it's two that go with Double Dealer. Double Dealer, I haven't featured on my channel. I showed him on Instagram. If you watch that Toy Time Machine episode where they, we all took part in that $20 challenge, he was part of that. So Double Dealer is this cool, like, triple changer, Decepticon, Autobot kind of mix. Turns into, like, this, like, badass eagle guy. He also turns into some other stuff. I was going to say, if he was near me, I'd grab him, but he's kind of hidden. But anyways, he's a Power Master that actually has two of these guys. So again, super, like, best, these little pieces, the little dinky ones that are always missing and are expensive, those are the ones you want to grab for are, the best parts of some of these lots. So let me pack all that stuff up. What do I do for a living? I work for, it's not a healthcare company. They make like software, even though they don't call themselves software. Basically, it's like the healthcare internet and programs that hospitals and doctors use so they can automate processes like billing and patient medical records and things like that, so that they're easier to access. They're digital. They're not. You don't have to waste like manpower to like do something as simple as like billing and things like that. So that's the company I work for. But so we have a big campus and other offices throughout the country. But I'm basically an AV guy, so I deal with like technology and audio visual stuff. So we have a lot of big like auditoriums and conference rooms and all that stuff that have like built-in technology in them, like screens and projectors and microphones and all that kind of stuff that you need for meetings. So I'm part of a team that kind of manages that and works with the technology. So my customer or whatever isn't the people that use our products. It's more the internal employees. So I guess I'm just a little techie kind of nerd, which is why I wear these glasses. All right, so I gotta wrap this up. So let me put this giant box away and just start going through some other stuff. All right. Spidey Sense. So yeah, those are my flea market videos, right? Again, it's not. I love making them. It's just I don't get to go to the flea market like every weekend, and as far as like from an editing perspective, they take the most time. So I did toy with the idea of doing more like just live footage, like not even edited, just put out like my raw footage, so like you guys can watch that, and then I can make that into a story. I don't know if anybody would be interested in that, but that was an idea I had. But I still have some backlogs of like me going to flea markets and stuff that I haven't made into videos yet. So it's just, I'm just too successful, I just buy too many toys. So here's just a random thing that was part of this, a sealed Spawn figure. Curse of the Spawn. So I know that these guys don't have a lot of value, so if anybody wants it, that's fine. I mean, the Atomic Spawn figures are cool. I just never really got into Spawn so much. PAX East or Retro World. I've been to PAX East. My wife got me tickets a couple years ago. I think this is a Star Wars thing, by the way. I don't know, you guys. I don't think it's supposed to separate. It broke, but you guys can let me know. So I went to PAX East a couple years ago. It was fun. It's crazy. Like, there's so many people there. Unfortunately, I had to go alone because it's really hard to get tickets. So, guys, as I'm talking, these are just some random other, like I said, he was really into robots, so I got these like random. figures. Like these guys were made by Takara, which is like, you know, the company that made. Yes, I do. Yeah, that's right. I do think it's Star Wars. I think it is a escape pod. These are some Takara figures. I think they technically go together. Like they came in some crazy set. There's like a million of them there. So, but I think the rest of this lot is just like random robots and like stuff. So PAX East was good. It was fun. It's just really crazy busy. And I don't know if I'd go to it again. Like I don't think I'd be gunning for tickets. This is just another random like 80s robot. It's die cast. It's like, let me just. I feel kind of bad that I'm showing you just like alt modes, but like, again, like this guy just had a bunch of 80s, just like random robots. Thanks, Nerd Cave. Thanks for hanging in this long. So PAX East, it was fun, and like at the time was like when like VR stuff was coming out. So like getting to try that for the first time was really cool. They had some. It wasn't like they had PlayStation VR, but they had some other setup, which was a lot of fun. But like, it took me like 2 hours in line to even get through to it. There's still. I just got the message that my phone battery is dying. I think I was at like 75% when I started. So, I might have to break this up just because there's still a lot left. So now there's still a lot of robots. I have like a ton of Gobots. I have like random things like converters, and like if you guys know any of those lines, like I have all that stuff. Oh, here's another one of those random knockoffs. It's a Dinobot knockoff, but they like created like crazy. This is like a mix of like different Dinobots. So like the body is like of the Stegosaurus one, but then you have like the face and wings of like Swoop, the pterodactyl. So it's some kind of weird like knockoff Dinobot hybrid. I forget his name. I actually wrote it down somewhere, but I found it. It's actually like pretty valuable. So like I said, these 80s knockoffs, you know, don't sleep on them. They're just like it's so crazy. It's such a random thing that I had no idea existed. Yeah. So retro. I wanted to tell you, Pat the NES Punk. Yes, definitely an inspiration as far as like getting out there and trying to film flea market finds, because I wasn't really doing the flea market thing really before then. So it's weird, like YouTube in general, I got inspired by like the comic book community, and I did a lot more comic book videos early on, and that was fun. And I just like looking back at my videos, you know, I always say like I don't want to be show and tell, but that's pretty much what I did, at least early on. And then yeah, just seeing some of the flea market stuff, like that was really cool. And then I finally mustered up like the courage to like bring a camera with me, because I always thought it was like weird, and I don't know if like people would be cool with that. I haven't really been bothered too much. But he was definitely an inspiration, and I still like his flea market madness videos. And I stuck around a little bit for his podcast stuff, but I think, to be honest, I think I did unsubscribe from him just because I just found that like I wasn't really watching his content too much without the flea market stuff. Maybe that's how you guys feel about me. But I still make hunting videos, so it's not like I've completely like gone away from it. I think I just gotta do more like live like storytelling. Like, oh, well, even if I'm going to like Target to check out like the clearance section, like maybe I should just film myself going to Target, since that's what people seem to like. So, so yes, I definitely was inspired by Pat the NES Punk. I don't think. Trying to think if there's anybody else who makes like, I mean, Game Chasers, I like their videos. Obviously those are, again, they're more of a team, and they're actually using like a camera guy. Like that's not something I'd be like super comfortable with. I mean, although I do like the production value of it, because you know, having like a GoPro, more FaceTime the better, right? I just did the aging challenge. you know, like it's a new thing on Facebook where it's like you're supposed to post like your very first profile picture and like your latest one to see how you've aged. And I gotta say, I've been aging pretty good. My first picture was of me in a speed racer costume, so I have a helmet on, so you can't really see my hairline. That's the thing I'm most curious about, like how has my hairline been doing? Um, but at least like with the face and like my smile and all that other good stuff, I don't think my nose is growing too much over the years. My ears, I don't know, but I think I'm doing pretty well for myself. I'm a good looking guy. But anyways, I think I didn't finish. Like I didn't finish, but we're at like over an hour and a half now. I don't know if you guys are Gobot guys, but I will throw one thing at your way, which is really cool. It's this Gobot Combiner. It's not Puzzler. It is not Puzzler. And I just disconnected him, so hold on one second. But it's this guy. So he's made out of like on the surface, like this doesn't look like GoBots to me. It looks like who knows what this is, right? But it's like some monster Gobot Combiner. And I have all the pieces, like there's 2 legs, the torso, that's another guy. So 6 pieces all together. He was in this lot totally um totally intact. I have his name written down somewhere. I don't know if you guys are Gobot guys. Like, such a cool thing to find. I didn't even know it existed. But again, this is going to be something that I'm going to move on to somebody that will really appreciate it, even though it like looks super awesome. But just because like I like some of the GoBot stuff tickles me a little bit, but I don't want to go down the path of all these GoBots just because I can't. Like it's just too much. So this is gonna go into somebody else's home that'll appreciate it. But like, what a kind of a cool line. I think even though I'm a sucker for combiners, I don't think I'm gonna hang on to him. Although the Puzzler one, which is more of a traditional like cars making a big robot, him I think I will make a run at. So I think I'm gonna call time of death on this video just because I've gone over, and I still have a lot to show you. So again, we'll see. I like the silly spray cans for hair. Hair look younger. Oh yeah, the spray on hair. Yeah, I mean, this is okay. Like I can handle this. I don't want to go like bald. Like that would really suck. I mean, my wife takes jabs at me for my personal appearance, but that same tiger robot behind me. Tiger? Tiger. Where's he, Tiger? Oh, Tiger. Sorry, I was thinking like the animal. I'm like, I don't have a tiger robot. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, that 2XL. I picked him up at a Savers for like, that was like New Year's Eve. I went in there. They're like trying to close up, and it didn't have a price. So I'm like haggling with them. They're like, dude, we want to enjoy our like, life. Like, can you just get out of the store? He does work. I don't have any tapes for him, unfortunately. And he's missing his battery cover, but I got him for like $3. So pretty awesome. Sucker for robots. Yes, salt and pepper. I love salt and pepper. I embrace the salt and pepper, but the receding hairline can be a problem. Anyways, that's enough fashion talk for me. All right, I got a message that my phone is getting warm, so before I explode on YouTube live, despite how many views it might get me, I gotta let this one go. We'll see if I finish this up with another live video. Again, it's easy to put it out there, and I love interacting with you guys. I just don't think, like I feel like I would get bored watching this, especially when compared to some of my other stuff. So it's always a struggle, but it is what it is sometimes. And anyways, thanks for sticking around. Go Pats! Super Bowl number 8 or whatever it is. But don't worry, Tom Brady's almost dead. You know, our reign is almost over. Should have kept Garoppolo.